The court has denied an order sought by a civil society organization to stop the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission and its sole administrator from proceeding with the local government elections in Rivers State. This development paves the way for the electoral process to continue, ensuring the democratic rights of Rivers State residents are upheld. The court's decision is a significant step towards maintaining peace and stability in the state, as it allows the electoral process to proceed without interruption. The RSIEC and its sole administrator can now focus on conducting free, fair and transparent elections, which will enable the people of Rivers State to choose their leaders and shape the future of the local government. I would love to have your thoughts on this development, sir.
Thank you very much, Mike, once more for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Electoral process is a right guaranteed the people of Rivers State and the people of Nigeria. That right cannot be taken away, and we are aware of the recent Supreme Court pronouncement on Rivers crisis. The local government concern was one of that concern, and the Supreme Court in that judgment went ahead and nullified the Rivers State, the election conducted by the RSIEC. So in that judgment, the Supreme Court went further and ordered that election be reconducted to have a democratically elected local government chairman in the various LGA. So I am very particular about this denial of injunction yesterday. Okay, though injunction, it's a temporary relief, a party in an action can ask the court, all right? Okay. The adverse party asks that the court halt the processes of conducting a free, credible election in Nigeria. You cannot ask the court to halt a democratic process. And don't forget the basis. The basis is the Supreme Court judgment. The law lords, in their wisdom, saw the reason to nullify that election because of non-compliance to the Electoral Act. Now, the Rivers crisis have taken a different turn. One ordinarily would have expected that all parties will maintain status quo and pursue peace. But in this case, there are still people who indirectly are fanning the embers of war. Instead of towing the governor's body language of wanting peace. So that has come to bring to bear what we have initially said, that the governor initially was, the suspended governor here initially was ill-advised. There are people behind him working behind the scene to cause crisis in the state. When this whole thing began, everybody was blaming, oh, this is coming from the supporters of Chief Ezenwa-Wike. Ezenwa-Wike is the one fanning the embers. But it is now in the open that there are people who doesn't mean well for the state. We are here preaching peace, advising on how peace can return in Rivers State so that we will have proper governance in the state.
Okay.
Because going by the dictates of the Supreme Court was very clear that there were no governance in Rivers State. So now that dramatists personas are looking at the way to resolving this issue for us to having lasting peace, there are people still working behind the scene, trying to truncate the process of peace. Is that truly the way right-thinking members of the society should behave? The answer is no. So we want a just society. We want a society where the son of a nobody can become somebody. We want a society where the children in the local communities can have access and rights to good education and good social amenities. Because these are Nigerians. We are all Nigerians. And see, Mike, don't forget this state belongs to all of us.
Okay.
This state doesn't belong to the suspended governor. Neither does the state belong to Chief Ezebunwike or all other bourgeois in the state. This state belongs to even the low class, the middle class, the high class, and name it the upper class. So I wonder why some persons will blow hot in the morning and in the night they are blowing cold. We just need to keep the record straight that peace has to return back to Rivers State so that we will have proper government.
You have the opinion that this declaration would help facilitate the peace that we're looking for?
Yeah, the declaration, no, that is not, that, don't forget, that's a refuser.
Okay.
That's a refuser. The adverse party asked the court on an emotionless party to grant an injunction halting the electoral process. And the court said, no, you cannot halt a democratically elected electoral process. That's that's one decision in this era that I hail the judiciary. I hail the judiciary in all sense because the jurisprudence behind electioneering is very clear. You cannot halt that process. That process is a collective right of the people. You can't take that away from the people. If you take away the electoral process, which means you are taking away the foundation of democracy. So I congratulate the Federal High Court judge who gave that judgment. I give you a thumbs up, sir. You have just, reassured Nigerians that the court is still a court of justice and that the common man can access the court at any time. Okay.